Have you ever wondered why some people survive every market crash? Why they make it through the blood-red nights, the flash crashes that wipe out thousands of accounts? They don't survive because they have the perfect strategy. They survive because of something deeper, something quieter. I once got invited to a private gathering of long-term traders. You wouldn't find their names online. They don't teach, they don't post wins, they just trade in silence, and they're still around after a decade. In a quiet room, one silver-haired trader sipped his wine and said to me, "You think you'll survive this market because you got a good strategy? Nah, this market doesn't need you to be smart. It just needs you to not stay stupid for too long." That one sentence left me speechless. And the irony, every trader I've ever known who made hundreds of thousands, even million from the market, most of them are gone. Not because they lack technical skill, not because they didn't have information or insight, but because they failed to realize winning doesn't matter if you can't survive. You can win 500% in one trade, but if your next trade wipes your account, you've lost the entire game. But if you lose 1% and come back, learn and keep going. You're moving towards something rare, freedom. That's why trading isn't just a financial game. It's a mirror that reflects every weakness inside you. Greed, fear, ego, impulsiveness, illusion. The market never lies. It reflects you, like an ancient mirror that shows your soul. If you're greedy, you'll lose. If you're afraid, you'll miss out. If you're delusional, you'll self-destruct. One trade at a time. Trading isn't about making money. It's about understanding yourself. To survive, to last, to succeed. You don't just need tools. You need mindset. You need inner strength. You need a quiet kind of art. One almost no one teaches. Discipline, emotional control, capital management. That's the real secret. It's not in a chart. It's not in a formula. It's in how you respond to the market and to yourself. Today, I'll walk you through my 10-year journey, full of blood, sweat, and tears. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. Because if you're patient, clear-minded, and serious, you might just become one of the few who survive. I started trading like thousands of others. One click, a demo account, a bit of luck, and a wild, blinding dream. The first time I opened a position, it was late at night. The city slept, and I sat there staring at candles, like I was gazing into my future. The green candle rose, I won, then another, I won again. It felt like I had found the golden key to financial freedom. I went to sleep with a smile, convinced I was a hidden trading genius. A few weeks later, I deposited real money. Not much, just enough to test my skill. I applied the formula I thought was right, and then the market gave me my first lesson. It didn't care about my dreams. It just did what it does. The first 3 trades, I lost nearly 30% of my capital. I blamed luck. I held on to losses. I drew new support zone, convinced I could fix it. But the only thing that grew was fear. Then one rainy morning, I opened my trading app and saw it. The balance I once protected had vanished. 80% of my account gone in 3 days. It wasn't just the money, it was my ego that got torn apart. I thought I was smart. I thought I understood the market. I thought I was special. But I was just a small fish in deep waters, swept away before I even saw the sharks. I started losing sleep, not because I missed the money, but because I couldn't understand what I had done wrong. I rewatched charts, reviewed every trade. I read books, watched hundreds of videos, learned every high probability strategy I could find. But the more I learned, the more confused I became, because I still thought the problem was the strategy. I switched from moving averages to RSI, then to Ichimoku, then order blocks, volume profile, smart money concepts. Every strategy sounded perfect until I traded it and lost again. One day, I sat in a quiet coffee shop with a trader who had survived 15 years in the game. He smiled at me and said, "Strategies won't save you. The problem isn't the tool, it's the hand that holds it." That cut through the fog in my mind like a blade. And for the first time, I looked in the mirror, not as a trader chasing the perfect system, but as a scared kid who didn't understand himself. I wasn't lacking knowledge. I was lacking mindset. I didn't need more indicators. I needed control. I didn't need more tools. I needed discipline and patience. That's when the real journey began. I stopped trading every day. I started meditating. I began journaling every trade, win or lose, along with my emotions. I paid attention to how my hands felt on the mouse. If they trembled, I stopped. If my heart raced, I paused. If I felt like I have to take this trade or I'll miss it, I knew it was time to walk away. I realized something profound. Markets don't offer one-time opportunities. What looks like opportunity is often just a trap wrapped in emotion. I created rules. Never risk more than 2% per trade. No more than 3 trades a week. After a session, I closed my laptop and went for a walk. If I lost 3 trades in a row, I stayed out for the rest of the week. I became unrecognizable to my old self. No more excitement, no more dopamine rushes from drawing fib level. Just calm, focused, like a soldier watching the ocean before diving in. And something strange happened. The less I chased trades, the more real opportunities I saw. The less I focused on profits, the more I protected my capital. When I stopped thinking about money, I started making it. That's the great paradox of trading. Those obsessed with profit often lose. Those focused on survival often win. You might not believe me now. Maybe you're still hunting for that perfect indicator. But let me tell you, the market doesn't need you to be right all the time. It just needs you to not destroy yourself. And to do that, you need more than knowledge. You need to be reborn. You need to become the kind of person who can accept being wrong without losing composure. Someone who can wait when things aren't clear. Someone who controls themselves before trying to control the market. That's the first step into the world of those who remain. I'll tell you this. As someone who's tasted every bitter flavor this market offers, those who survive 10 years aren't the ones who are always right. They're the ones who know how to be wrong and still stay alive. There's a rare kind of trader that the market can wipe out. They don't scream all in, they don't chase pumps, they don't brag about wins. But if you watch long enough, you'll see they're still here, quiet, calm, unshaken. They're not defined by one good month. They're defined by their ability to survive every cycle. What separates them from the crowd? Mindset. While others get swept up in emotion, they stay detached. While others jump into trades they feel good about, they wait. They know nothing is certain. When chaos hits, they step back. They don't try to fight the storm. They wait until the wind comes, and then they move. That's the kind of trader I've become. And you can become one too.